Today we're asking, is Rainbow Six Siege coming to the Nintendo Switch 2? So first of all, Ubisoft has already confirmed that they're porting over titles to the Switch 2, including stuff like Star Wars Outlaws. And it's also rumoured that they're also working on bringing over some Assassin's Creed titles as well. But the major one that I'm interested in is the rumour that Rainbow Six Siege is also getting ported over to the Switch 2. And it makes sense, the Switch 2 is easily capable of running Siege, and the release date of Siege X is also very close to the launch date of the Switch 2. But I would not expect Siege 2 to be launched that quickly on Nintendo Switch, although it'd be cool if it was. Now there's a lot of advantages if it does indeed hit Switch 2, the biggest one being that of course the game is going free to play with Siege X's launch on June 10th, so it'll be a nice free download. And of course it has cross progression, which means, let's say I'm playing some quick matches on my Nintendo Switch 2 just casually, I could then also jump onto the PC and play ranked, or play a bit on Xbox or something like that. And of course all that progression is together, and the cosmetics and everything all unlocked in the same account. So that is, I think, a massive advantage, and I would love to see Siege on the Switch 2. And of course, this would be the first official handheld to support Rainbow Six Siege, which would be awesome. It would also put you into the console player base, which again would be great because of course the controller inputs you have on the Nintendo Switch. And other workarounds with other handhelds that are run, say, Windows, they have to go into the PC player base. So this would be a much better implementation than what we've seen with other workarounds to try and get it on handhelds. So I think this would be a win-win for everyone, including Ubisoft and the players. And it could significantly increase the player base for the actual game itself, because of course there's a whole new audience that could potentially jump in. And with games being extraordinarily expensive now, it could be wonderful just to have a nice free-to-play game that you could jump into. And I think the new Geofront game mode is probably perfect for this, a more casual experience with respawns. So you could be playing from all over your home with Switch 2, or of course, potentially traveling if you've got a decent enough internet connection. So yeah, guys, at this point, let me know, do you actually want Switch 2 to make it to Siege? Would you be annoyed to find a Switch 2 player in your lobby, especially if they were playing like ranked or something? And then one last thing we'll talk about is the actual specs of the Nintendo Switch 2, because it should be able to play Siege very, very well and make it look gorgeous. And the screen on the Switch 2 actually has HDR support and 120 Hz. So potentially some high frame rate gaming on your handheld, easily matching the current gen consoles for Xbox and PlayStation. And it's also based on different hardware, so the consoles are AMD based, but the Switch 2's internals are made by Nvidia, so it gets stuff like DLSS. And of course, don't forget you can actually dock this thing and play it on a TV or a monitor, which means you can have the on-the-go experience, but also you can actually use it on a monitor or TV as well, with actually good sound systems. So yeah, I think if Ubisoft doesn't do this, I think it'll be the dumbest thing ever. So I really do actually think this rumor is probably true. Of course, take your salt with all of this, and I don't expect it to come with the launch of the Switch 2. I think it'll probably come maybe like a season later, is my kind of guess. But if Siege X launched on June 10th, that would be sensational. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll catch you next time.